Hello and welcome everybody to another video analysis today. Today we focus on the transition from basic rowing skills to building speed. This is Patrick van Dam. He's from the Netherlands, student rower, 22 years old, lightweight, rowed sweep for 2 years or 3 years, and this is his first year of sculling. And the reason why this video is interesting is that a lot of you guys and girls and men and women share the same problem. So by this I mean you can handle the single, but you can't build speed. And Patrick does a couple of mistakes and he has a couple of technique issues which are very common, and I would like to focus on these today. Just a quick side note, I'm recording this while we run full bio production. Everybody's working, so please bear with me. There will be quite a bit of background noise. I hope you can still hear me. This is why I'm double recording. So I'm recording with a noise cancelling headset, and I'm also recording with my standard lavalier microphone. Okay, if you're ready, let's jump right into it. Ich nehme auf, aber ich kann zuhören.
Gas zerlegen.
Super. Alright, if you look at the full stroke cycle, Patrick can handle the boat well. It's stable, it doesn't look like it's going to fall into the water. So the basic skills are given. But somehow this boat is not fast. And the question is why? Let's look at this video right here because it shows even better the same problem. And both videos actually show the same problem. So Patrick, I'm not sure if you worked on something in between, but the basic handwriting of your rowing, so your rowing style, still shows. Now, problem number one, and you've probably realized this, you see a very early pivot around the hip. Right there, your hip joint is the essential pivot point of that catch motion. So you're moving right from the catch into an upper body pivot. Now, at the same time, if you move your upper body around the hip, what you do is you bring your shoulder up and also backward. And this has the same effect on your hands. So your hands will go, of course, back, but they will also go up. So realistically, you're going to be around here. If your hands go up, your blades go down, which is partly what you want. You want your blades to get into the water. But the problem is that force now starts to run through the entire system. So from the blade all the way to the feet. And the consequence is going to be that that blade will be too low in the water, and it will move down, 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 while you already apply leg power. So while you want to drive the boat, you kind of can't hold on to the water. So you're losing grip. You don't have grip on the water. And if you don't have grip on the water, it's very difficult to accelerate because there's nothing to hold on to. Essentially, to sum it all up, this major problem with the catch is if you rotate around the hip, your hands go up, blades go too deep into the water, and it takes a while before you have a horizontal connection. The misleading part about this is, and this is why it's so difficult to feel it if you're in the water, you still feel resistance because the blade goes deeper into the water, it pushes water aside, and this is where you feel that, there's some type of resistance, but it's not resistance you could work on. There's nothing, you cannot support yourself from a blade that's consistently going deeper and deeper and deeper into the water because it doesn't give you something to hold on to. When you bring the blade into the water, let's say this is my blade. This way you can see it better. Now essentially it's like a spoon, pretty big wide open spoon. And when you move the spoon down, water moves over the top of the edge of the blade. So you never really get to grasp water. It's always in the motion. And this is why you cannot really hold on to it. The moment the blade sits still, it's very easy to grasp the water, and it's very easy to use it as an anchor. And Patrick, this is what you're missing. Shoulders go up because you pivot around the hip, and therefore your hands go up. Therefore your blades go very, very low into the water. And if you just look at your oar, you see this. This is about half of your shaft is covered. And that's too low, in my humble opinion. That's way too low. The question is how to solve this. The prime solution is to feel how deep the blade should sit. So there is a drill. I'm going to link the drill in the video description. If you do this drill correctly, it feels like you place the blade in the water and you don't try to interfere with handle height anymore. So it's very important to have a stable hand in terms of vertical stability. You do want to make sure that once the blade is in the water, you feel it and you respond to it. So it's not you enforcing your idea of where your hand should be and how they should move through the drive. It's you feeling where the blade sits. So you wait for a response from the blade, and you let it float. And all you do is hang on and start the leg drive. If you do this correctly, then you enter a horizontal drive. And this means that your hip must be stable and your shoulder must be stable. But I think, Patrick, the problem is the way you set up your body. And this is a very, very common problem. Before we look at reasons why this is happening, let me show you the major issue number 2. There are many more issues, and I would like to ask you as the community to point these out. Because I try to make this video short, so you don't have to watch 30 minutes to get all the info. The second major issue, in my opinion, is a coupling or a connection problem. So now that upper body potential, which you actually need for the finish, is gone. So what you need to do now is get acceleration somehow. And as you don't feel connection at the catch, because your blade goes down, 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 the resistance at the catch just doesn't seem to come somehow, because your blade goes deeper, doesn't sit calmly. You're looking for resistance. And if you can't find it, you enforce it. And I see this with a lot of people, not just youngsters like Patrick, but also masters, also juniors. If the resistance doesn't come, you force it, and you do so by cramping your arms. So you say, come on. And this is exactly what's happening here. So Patrick, you're trying to, first of all, because you pivot too early, the blade goes down, the hands go up, you can't find connection, then your upper body potential for the finish where you'd need it is gone. And because you can't find connection, you try to pull in with your arms. So at this stage, your upper body is gone, your arms start to be gone, and you're still in full leg drive position where the legs are actually the strongest. So this is where you end up at a finish that is about here. And I think your coach told you to control your finish, which is a very good starting point. Because usually you would have an endless lean back because you want to have a long stroke, but you avoid this. And this is what you do well. You give the stroke a definite ending. This is very important to do. So when you move forward now, you move from pretty good position. The problem is either a lack of flexibility because you don't stretch enough, or wrong muscle memory. But at this point of the recovery, you should make sure you never lose low trunk stability, and you should move the entire trunk forward. If this is not happening, then if you're too weak in the low back, the only part of your trunk that's going to go forward is the upper section. And this is what's happening with you, Patrick. But if you never move the hip forward, you end up at a place at the catch where your hip doesn't support the drive, and all the leg power you apply has to be stabilized somehow, and you stabilize this with an upper body pivot motion. And then same cycle again. All right, Patrick, I hope this helps you. I hope everybody else benefits from that video as well. I'm gonna try to keep this video short, not too extensive like the last ones, 25, 30 minutes. I wanna make sure I stay around 9 to 10 minutes with this one. I'm sure there are more questions. I'm sure there are so many more things to talk about and to mention, so many more issues. Maybe you watching this have a different ideas and no, I think you should address this first or this first. Let me know. Put it in the comments. I'm by far not Mr. Know-It-All. Just have my sense to say, and I'm happy to do so. Happy if I can help. But I'm sure many other people have very good ideas as well. All right. I wish you all the best. Go to rmtraining.com. Maybe join us for the RM training live sessions. You can do this from your boat. You can do it on the indoor rower and wherever you are. Happy to see you, happy to work with you, and I'm looking forward to meet you in the next video. Bye-bye.